Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here again with MGS Coaching Football. I've either been an offensive, defensive, or special teams coordinator, as well as the head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I'm continuing to talk to you about how we adjust when an offense goes from a two-back formation to empty. And this one's going to involve, creativity and a lot of coaching on your part because in 22, which is two back, two tight end, we face a lot of programs that they pretty much they got to be in our goal line area before they ever use it. Westfield State is an example, and the ball reaches the 5, it's an automatic. They go to this. All right. So the likelihood that they shift to empty, you've probably never seen it. So this is what I mean by you're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to just go through scenarios with kids of possibilities. So you're prepared in the off chance, the one time the team does this and shifts to empty. And I've got another scenario that you're really going to have to be creative with. Okay, just so you don't have to burn a timeout. Then you don't look like you're prepared. There's no way the fans can figure out that team has never shown this ever, and how come you weren't ready? And so you got to be creative sometimes and just be honest with your kids. Say, look, in case they were to. Now, I'm not saying you got to come up with a fantastical play, but just have the offense shift out of 22-eye flanker into empty, and just so your kids know how to adjust and line up, and then execute, check, bring it. That's all I'm saying. That doesn't take a whole lot, I don't think. So, it's 22, so we add even. I gotta go see my previous playlist, 3-4 base defense playlist. Okay, even tells our players that we're going to send the rover, the free, the Mike, the back are all going to go to the Liz because it's even, right? And therefore, the dime, the whip, the boundary are going to go away. Okay, in this particular case because it's even. All right. And so, what I want to go over here, and it's a little bit of a tweak up front as well, because 22 is very, very different, and it's more likely than not that it's, fourth and an inch. And like I said before, the ball is inside our 5 yard line. So we're not even going to take a stab step. So I'll go over a little bit of a difference here for the defensive line. Okay. So the scenarios. Okay. First of all, the two backs split. One goes to our left, one goes to our right. That's the easy one. The boundary doesn't have anybody. He's in the backfield. He just bumps out with them. And as always, okay, inside linebacker bumps out, okay, when it comes to him. Now, in addition to this, right, the safe free he's occupied because two tight ends, both the free and the whip. So now these are two outside linebackers. Okay, we've substituted there. So now this is 40 line, two outside linebackers, three inside linebackers, and two corners. You need to be that specific if you can at the collegiate level. I know you can't at the high school level. You're just going to have to figure out the best kids you can put in those positions. But now there is no free safety to adjust, so it's going to be automatically the linebacker on the side. That's a given. Okay, so if both backs go to the rover. Okay, so in other words, to the Liz in this case. That's what the squiggly lines are for. What that would necessitate is it's now the Mike and the backer have to adjust out with the two running backs because there's no free safety. So all that happens to keep, and this is the whole gist of it, to keep the open A gap, open B gap. So A gap to the rover, B gap away. The dime bumps over, blitzes the A. The boundary bumps over, blitzes the B. The boundary is part of the rope in this, right? The three linebackers and the boundary are all held together by the rope. Okay? And that's it. But that's something that you would have to really practice because it's unique 100% to this 22 personnel formation. Okay. If both backs went away from the rover, that's easy. Boundary, dime, two linebackers rope over, right? That's easy. It's the scenario where they both go to the rover, okay? That's going to be Mike and backer have to adjust. So then the dime and the whip, boundary, excuse me, on the side of the whip, execute the AB blitz. And that's it, okay? But that's something that you should practice every week in season, even if a team hasn't necessarily shown a lot of 22. I think it's important just to keep that fresh anyway. And just say to your kids, look, this week I know we're not doing, but we're just going to keep practicing it so it stays fresh in our minds. And kids get that. It only takes a couple of 3 minutes and reps. But by doing that, it stays fresh, and that's the key. Okay? So as always, please, you have any questions at all, please reach out at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com. I hope you subscribe, and I'd love to talk football with you.